Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like over on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, January the 3rd. We've got 9 games tonight for Friday night, so it's a bigger slate. I've got some early player props, guys, that I do like for tonight. Taking a first look at the board on Thursday, recording this video the night before. Got 3 early plays I do like that we're going to talk about and break down in this video. So before we do talk through these plays, guys, as always, if you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you do. And when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code, place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper. You guys can sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there. And when you play your first lineup on Sleeper, you'll get $55 instantly worth of free lineups. So this is a new promo Sleeper is doing for new users. Play $5, get $55. This replaces their 100% deposit match bonus that they used to have for new users. Now, this is definitely a good promo that they have for people who maybe don't want to put a lot of money into this. The deposit bonus promo was one that kind of enticed you to put more money in, because the more money you put in, the bigger deposit bonus you got. Well, now with this promo, it doesn't matter if you put in the minimum, which on Sleeper is $25. You put in 25, you put in 50, you still get those $55 worth of free lineups. So if you've ever want to try out Sleeper, I'd recommend giving them a try. Make sure that when you do sign up, you use that code NOAH, so that way you get those $55 worth of free lineups. But yeah, guys, we got 3 plays to talk about for this Friday slate. Now, I do want to recap our plays from our last video. I did not make an NBA video for Thursday. Our last video was on Wednesday. We gave out 3 picks. Wednesday, we went 2-1. We hit 2 out of 3 plays. Unfortunately, couldn't get a full sweep. We did hit Jordan Poole over 18.5 points. We hit Yves Missi under 20.5 points plus rebounds. Unfortunately, the play that missed was Clint Capella over 20.5 PRA. And I really like that play on Capella, especially after we got news that Jalen Johnson was questionable, got ruled out. We got some pretty good, CLV on that prop on Capella. I think his line bumped up to like 22.5 or 23.5 before tip-off after, Jalen Johnson got ruled out. And Capella just, he had a decent first half. I think he had like 11 or 12 PRA in the first half, but he didn't do anything in the second half. The game wound up being a blowout, so he like barely played in the second half. Super frustrating. Felt like it was a spot where Capella would play a lot more going up against Jokic. Historically, that's been the case. It wasn't the case, on Wednesday, but we still hit 2 out of the 3 plays that we gave out Wednesday. So hopefully you guys were able to make a little bit of money. Let's see if we can get a full 3-0 sweep here on Friday. So the first prop that I like for Friday is going to be a prop on DeJounte Murray, and I'm liking DeJounte Murray for more than 26.5 points plus assist. So if you look at DeJounte Murray's last 5 games, it's been a big struggle for him. You can see he's gone under this line now in 4 straight. But man, if you look at his schedule and if you look at the Pelicans' schedule, they have had some really tough matchups. They've had to face Houston, Memphis, the Clippers, Miami. All 4 of those teams rank in the top half of the league in defensive rating this season. And 2 of those teams, Houston and the Clippers, rank top 5. Or actually, Houston, Memphis, and the Clippers rank top 5 in defensive rating. So 3 of DeJounte Murray's last 4 games have come against teams that rank top 5 in defensive rating this year. So I kind of get why DeJounte Murray has struggled lately. He's had some tough matchups against some really good defenses. Well, now he gets to face the Wizards. This is probably one of the best matchups possible. The Wizards were one of the worst defensive teams in the league last season. So far this season, they've been one of the worst defensive teams in the league. They rank 27th in defensive rating, 4th worst. So this is a spot where the Pelicans should have no problem scoring against this Wizards team. The Wizards also play at a really fast pace. I think they're top 5 in pace this year. So this is a spot where the Pelicans should be playing up in pace. The Pelicans this season, they've been playing at a fairly slow pace. They're 17th, so they'll be playing a little bit quicker here. We'll see more possessions in this game. More possessions is just going to mean more opportunities for DeJounte Murray to get points and assists. And the reason I like points plus assists for DeJounte Murray is because DeJounte Murray has been a big-time facilitator this year. You look at his potential assists, he's averaging 12 potential assists per game. He's averaging 7.5 assists per game on the season. He has definitely run hot a little bit on his assist, averaging 7.5 assists on only 12 potentials. But you should expect, the Pelicans here to have no problem scoring in this matchup. So like there should be a lot of assist opportunities for DeJounte, and I think DeJounte's scoring should definitely come back up in this matchup. You look at his last 5 games from a scoring perspective, he's really struggled scoring wise. You can see he's gone under his points prop in all of his last 5 games, but his points prop for today is sitting at 18.5. So that just shows you, this is a spot where the books are kind of expecting DeJounte to bounce back a little bit, given he has an 18.5 points line, even though he hasn't hit that in any of his last 5 games. Big time bounce back spot here for DeJounte Murray. I like this matchup a lot for him. And for the Pelicans, they're still without Brandon Ingram. They're still without Zion Williamson. So this offense is going to be very concentrated around DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy. Like those are going to be the guys you see taking a lot of the shots, soaking up a lot of the usage. And it's been a struggle lately for DeJounte, but his role has still been really good. He's still been racking up a bunch of potential assists. Hasn't been converting as many of those potential assists lately. Hasn't been making as many shots lately. But you would think a lot of that stuff should regress, especially here in what is a great matchup against the Wizards. So like that is our first prop for Friday night. DeJounte Murray, more than 26.5 points plus assist. Next prop I like is going to be on Scottie Pippen. And we're going to take Scottie Pippen Jr. for more than 11.5 points. So Scottie Pippen Jr. once again should be in the starting lineup tonight in place of Ja Morant. While Ja Morant is out, we should see Scottie Pippen Jr. starting at point guard. The last 2 games, he has struggled. He scored 10 points in a really tough matchup against OKC. Pretty sure that game was also a blowout, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they lost that game by 24, so Scottie Pippen Jr. didn't play full minutes, only 24 minutes. And then last game against Phoenix, he really struggled. Started off he shot 0 for 5 in that game. Just was really not playing well. Didn't play a ton of minutes either because he was playing so poorly. But the role for Scottie Pippen Jr. has still been pretty good in the games he's played without Ja Morant this season. And if you look, he's gone over this points prop in all the games with Ja Morant where he has played at least 28 minutes. So in the games without Ja Morant this season where Scottie Pippen Jr. has played at least 28 minutes, he has scored 11, so there was one game he did go under, was against the Wizards. He had 11 points, but then 14, 19, 30, 15, 22. A lot of the games where Pippen Jr. went under this line versus, without Ja Morant were games where he didn't play a lot of minutes. Like he went under when he played 26 minutes. He went under when he played 26 minutes again. Did have 16 points in 25 minutes, but then went under against OKC, only played 24 minutes. Went under against Golden State, only played 22 minutes. 22 minutes against Phoenix, and then did have 17 points in 21 minutes against Portland. But like, I want to say, some of these games were blowouts. I think the Golden State game, that was a competitive game, but he did only play 22 minutes. But the Phoenix game, let's see, that was the last game. He got benched in that one. And then I think the OKC game was a blowout. I think this Denver game might have been a blowout. They won that by 15. Scottie Pippen Jr.'s minutes have kind of been up and down. But as of late, prior to the last 2 games, prior to the blowout against OKC, and then prior to last game where he was shooting really poorly, he had played 33, 22. The game he played 22 was a blowout. 31, 31. So like he was getting pretty good minutes. Now Memphis, they are a team that likes to run a deep rotation. They like to play a lot of guys. But Memphis has been pretty shorthanded lately. Now they do have a lot of guys on the injury report today. I think Jake LaRavia is questionable. Brandon Clark is questionable. Zach Edey is questionable. I think there might be one other guy, too, that's questionable. Yuki, I don't know how to say his last name, Kamamara is questionable as well. But, like, you look at the questionable guys, it's mainly bigs. Edey's a center. Brandon Clark's a 4/5. Jake LaRavia is more of a, 3/4. They're pretty thin at guard. I mean, you look at their guards, it's pretty much SPJ, Yuki, who may or may not play. Even if Yuki is available to play, he might not even be in the rotation because he's typically not a guy that's in the rotation. And then they have Desmond Bane and then Luke Kennard, and that's really it. Like, they're still without Marcus Smart, so like they're pretty thin at guard. They got a lot of depth at wing and at full and at center, but at guard they're pretty thin. So I most likely would expect Scottie Pippen Jr. to play like 28 to 32 minutes, and when he gets those type of minutes, especially without Ja Morant, with Ja's usage out, that's going to be enough for him to score 12 points. Scottie Pippen Jr. has shown an ability to be productive when he does get minutes. He's not a high volume shooter. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and take 15 shots. But obviously with a points line at 11.5, we don't need him to take 15 shots. He could. We don't need him to, though. As long as he plays like 28 to 32 minutes, which is typically what he plays without Ja Morant, I like his chances of going over 11.5 points. I think this is definitely a good opportunity to buy low on SPJ after 2 games, one where he lost minutes for blowout, and then another game where he just shot really poorly, got benched. You can't expect him to get benched, and shoot 0 for 5 like he did last game. That's not going to happen every game. Prior to that, he was playing really well, shooting the ball well, and scoring well too. So I like that as our second prop. And then our third and final prop that we're going to look at is going to be on Trey Lyles. And the prop I like here is more than 9.5 points. So Trey Lyles saw an increase in minutes last game with Keegan Murray out. Keegan Murray, I believe, has already been ruled out for this game, or I think he might be doubtful. Let me see. I'm pretty sure last time I saw he was doubtful, but I'm going to check that just to confirm. So let's see. Yeah, Keegan Murray doubtful. So Keegan Murray not expected to play. And if we look at last game, Trey Lyles did have 12 points off the bench, played 31 minutes with Keegan Murray doubtful. And I think what's really good to see, so Trey Lyles has been, he can kind of play backup center, but he can also play at the 4 as well. They can kind of use him as a 4/5. Sometimes this season, Trey Lyles has just been used as the backup center and basically was just getting minutes whenever Sabonis was off the floor. But lately, we've been seeing Trey Lyles play more as a 4, playing alongside Sabonis. And over his last 4 games, Trey Lyles has actually played 25, 23, 22, and then 31 minutes. Minutes should definitely be more available here with Keegan Murray out. And Trey Lyles is a guy that can score. He will take shots when he's on the floor. And I really like this matchup for him going up against Memphis. Memphis is a team that gives up a lot of open shots. They give up a lot of threes. Memphis likes to crowd the paint. They like to protect the rim, and that just leads to a lot of shooters being open. And that's where Trey Lyles is going to make his money. Trey Lyles is not a guy that's going to, post up. I mean, he can post up and make like turnaround shots and stuff like that, fadeaways. But he can also, stand at the corner and make those 3-pointers when the ball gets passed to him. And Trey Lyles this season has been shooting the ball pretty well from 3, I want to say he's been a pretty efficient shooter this year. I'm going to take a look at his averages just to confirm that. But I want to say he's been a pretty efficient 3-point shooter this season. Let's take a look at that. So this season, Trey Lyles is shooting, he's shooting 36, almost 37% from 3, almost 40% from the field. His shooting efficiency this year has actually been a little bit down, and even with that, even with his efficiency being down, he's still shown an ability to score, especially when he does get minutes, and the minutes should be there with Keegan Murray expected to miss this game. You look at games this season where Trey Lyles has played at least 22 minutes. He has had 14 points, 13 points, 6, 20, 8, 12, 17, 12, and 7. So only 3 games this season where Trey Lyles has played at least 22 minutes. He's gone under this line. He's gone over this line in, I believe, like 6 or 7 games playing at least 22 minutes. And if you look at the games where he went under, most of those games were just due to poor shooting. He shot 2 for 8 and 0 for 5 from 3 against the Lakers, scored 6 points in 23 minutes. He shot 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, scored 8 points in 27 minutes versus San Antonio. And then he did play 41 minutes versus Minnesota, had 7 points, but shot 2 for 8 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. As long as Trey Lyles doesn't go out there and shoot, 0 for 5 from 3, I think we got a pretty good chance of him scoring 10 points, especially with his role growing right now, with the minutes trending up. And since they are playing Trey Lyles more at the 4 instead of as a backup 5, that should definitely make his minutes upside a lot higher if they're going to play him alongside Domantas Sabonis. So I do like that as our third and final prop for today. Trey Lyles more than 9.5 points. Thinks it's a really good matchup for him. Memphis gives up a lot of threes this year. Trey Lyles, again, we talked about, is a guy that can shoot threes. Memphis, in terms of 3-pointers allowed per game this year, I believe they're giving up the 5th most. 5th most 3-pointers allowed. Trey Lyles should have a lot of open looks from threes. Just hopefully he can knock them down. If he can, they've got a good chance of going over 9.5 points. So those are 3 early props, guys, that I do like for this Friday NBA slate. We're going to take DeJounte Murray for more than 26.5 points plus assist, Scottie Pippen Jr. for more than 11.5 points, and Trey Lyles for more than 9.5 points. If you guys are going to tell me on these 3 picks, let's try and go 3-0 here. Let's see if we can get a clean sweep on this Friday night slate. As always, appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that like button down below. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button as well. And be sure to go check out Prizepicks, guys. If you're not signed up for Prizepicks yet, use that promo code NOAH. When you do sign up and when you place your first lineup on Prizepicks, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account when you use code NOAH. But good luck as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope we can all make some money tonight, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.